committee and the subcommittees. In terms of the actual revenue discussion, we've been talking about this for the last couple years. We had a pretty robust discussion in 2017 about corporate tax changes, and I think that's where we're going to start. It's not a property tax discussion, it's an income tax discussion on the corporate side. And because our corporate structure, I continue to believe, is not adequate or sustainable in terms of the needs of the state. So I think if you go back and look at some of the discussions we had last year, that will pretty much be the starting point, I think, for the revenue subcommittee that will be starting to meet here this week.
Okay, so is a property tax discussion dead, or is that still happening?
I'm not aware of one that is large enough to meet the need. I know there were some small tweaks here and there, but not the type of broad-scale property tax reform that you were seeing, like, say, from the League of Oregon Cities. That is not on the table right now.
LOC folks said that you told them that property tax reform is not happening.
Yes, that's what I told them. And I think from their perspective, it's usually this very comprehensive approach to fixing what's the inadequacies and imbalances in the system. That's not happening.
So do you see anything happening with property taxes just addressing the unfairness between residential homeowners or maybe the corporate side? Or commercial, I should say.
I know there was some thought about working strictly on the commercial property tax side, but I haven't seen any proposals to that effect. I think mostly if you're going to get to the scale of the investment we need to make a difference, we either don't have a good proposal or enough to actually do something on the property tax side right now.
Going back to the unemployment insurance, I'm curious, did the shutdowns show you like a gap in the state's responsibility to workers who were being required to work, not getting paid, or was this a case of responding to this particular administration and the uncertainty that exists in Washington right now?
Well, it's definitely the former. I don't want to make this about what either the Trump administration or Congress is doing. When we see, a lot of people working and not getting paid and unable to get that basic safety net of unemployment benefits, that's a problem for us, and it has a ripple effect in a lot of communities. And I think I think we were all shocked that we would have to have this conversation. Having historically long government shutdown is something none of us anticipated, and it made us think, well, our system should be better prepared to deal with these kind of surprises. And so it's definitely the former. We see this as something that has to get addressed if we're going to help people who work in our state going forward, if something like this happens in the future.
But you are trying to get it done before February 15th.
Well, I think we were all surprised at the length of the shutdown, so now we feel like we need to be prepared, and let's hope they get it together, and by the 15th of February they have a deal on whatever they need to have a deal on. And in the meantime, if they don't, we're going to be prepared, and I think that's our responsibility, to be prepared.